Pre-game, Shannon Depking had a lot of smiles in the dugout, and with her team in a decisive rubber match today, the starting lineup relatively similar to what we've seen all series long, Sydney.
There's not going to be a ton of change going on with how well Syracuse has delivered in the batter's box. It's going to come down to timely hitting. They found a way to get on base for majority of the innings throughout the series, but they need it when it matters most, when you can get somebody on for a runner in scoring position. It's
going to be Cassie Grizzard, the sophomore hurler from Virginia today. Limited opportunity, only 33 innings throughout this season, a above 4 ERA. Looking at her walks, relatively low in comparison to strikeouts, which is what you want to see, and a big opportunity for her today. Starting things off, Madeline Lopez for the Orange.
And while Grizzard hasn't pitched a ton this season, she's been throwing some of her best as of late. Her most recent appearance against Georgia Tech last weekend, where she only gave up 2 hits.
Wants to limit the production, especially early on today, really set the tone. And that's something that the Hokies have done all season long, right? You don't just stumble upon having a 38-10-1 record. If the pitchers, especially early on, make things so hard for the top of the order, keep them off balance. It's the 1-1 home, missing low.
And while we continue to talk about their historic season at the plate for Virginia Tech, when you talk to head coach Pete DeMoore, he says pitching is what's going to win them championships.
A team ERA that's at 2.91. That's 4th best in the ACC. Lopez ahead in the count. Doesn't chase against Grizzard.
And why they're able to have so much success is their pitching staff is so deep. 6 pitchers. It's the most arms Coach DeMoore has ever had throughout his career.
So going with a lefty, this is a Syracuse lineup with a lot of left-handed batters, and on a one-hop, freshman nabbing that herself, Michelle Chatfield for the opening out.
Virginia Tech is doing kind of what's similar that Syracuse is doing, is bringing in a slower, spinnier pitcher, trying to generate a lot of rollovers and get Syracuse off time.
We talked about how Syracuse is playing some of their better defense as of late, 2nd in the ACC with a .974 fielding percentage. Angel Hasso hasn't really been her series at the dish so far. Did have that opportunity with bases loaded in the bottom of the 7th yesterday with the game tied, but struck out trying to be the headlight. Another miss low. We've seen Grizzard a lot of spinny pitches, just doesn't have the feel of that off speed yet.
All the ones that she's bouncing because of the speed difference around 53, it's telling me that's the off speed that she is missing with. Right now, only able to locate her harder pitch towards 60 with her curveball.
Another ball in play, long run, and will get past the glove of Cameron Fagan. So a hit in the bottom of the 1st for Angel Hasso, and that's really what you like to see from Syracuse, especially from Hasso, who has struggled so far this series.
That's why Hasso is so good. She was beat up and in on the hands, but so much strength, able to just power it through towards the middle of the field. Doesn't matter how pretty it looks, as long as you get on base.
Now 2 for 8 on the series, bringing up the best power hitter in the Orange lineup. Taylor Posner thinks about a bunt. And Posner, designated player here today, does also play left, and throughout this season has shown that, yeah, she has power, but also when she gets on base, a stolen base threat. One of just very few players that has been a 10 home run, 10 stolen base player in Syracuse Orange history. Another pitch missing low, and Grizzard struggling with location early on in counts.
Talking about the season that Posner's had, she's somebody who had very limited opportunities last year with the outfield being stacked with big bats. So this has been her breakout season, able to be a consistent player in the lineup.
Another hard hit into left center, and ranging over to make the grab, Addie Green, to make the 2nd out of the inning. And a tough spot for Angel Hasso at first too, probably wanting to round, maybe get close to second base. She gets her way back to first.
And for Virginia Tech, it's gonna come down to how well can you play defense today? Going to get it in left field.
Maybe off the end of the bat. Now 2 down, still runner on first for the birthday girl, Madison Knight. Now in her sophomore year, pitched all 8 innings yesterday at first base today.
She's someone who's never being able to get a break. Goes the distance with 8 innings back in the lineup, also at first base. So every single inning she is working, always trying to be on for her team.
She's been red hot on the plate. That one flutters. Angel Hasso tries to swipe second base and does. Nice downward action read to get into scoring position.
It was only a matter of time before Hasso was going to take advantage of one of the pitches getting away in the circle, and does a great job reading it. That's what you're going to see a lot, especially against Grizzard, who throws predominantly down in the zone.
16th stolen bag of the season for Angel Hasso. It's only been thrown out 1 time. He's really struggling with that delivery and pinpoint. Just out of the finger, you can tell it's going to flutter to the plate.
You can see Grizzard, she keeps wiping her hand on her back leg after every pitch, almost like the ball is slipping out of her fingers. And that's a time where you can call time. You could ask for a towel, do anything to try to switch it up and help yourself get the grip.
The 2-1 pitch also gets away. And now just 60 feet away from scoring, Angel Hasso trying to get first blood for the Orange.
If I'm Virginia Tech, I am calling a timeout, trying to figure out what the deal is going on right now with Grizzard, bouncing multiple in. And right now, something is not clicking for her, whether it's just in her mind that she keeps bouncing it or she's struggling to grip the ball. You can see the light drizzle starting to come over the field.
And as a catcher right now for Kylie Aldridge, you just don't know what to expect. These balls are bouncing 10 feet in front of home plate. Not a normal ball in the dirt that you could block. 3-1 count. High in the air, Madison Knight ranging back. How about a birthday bomb? Her 4th home run in 6 games. Syracuse setting the tone early, up 2-0.
What a way to celebrate turning 20. Madison Knight does it once again on a rise ball up and in. That is the pitch she is going to do the most damage on. Looked like it was going to go out, but it drifted right over in the heart of the plate, and she takes full opportunity of a missed pitch.
In a 3-1 count, when you've just seen 3 pitches in a row not even make it to home, still to be aware and ready when you see your pitch, very commendable in her on-base approach. Syracuse up 2-0 now. Nobody on. Layla Morales-Elves stepping in. Syracuse catcher. Another ball in the dirt, and even for Aldridge to maybe just come out and talk to her pitcher, calm her down, not just for giving up the home run, but just to make sure she's okay mentally right now.
Especially when your catcher is most of the time the person that knows you best. They're spending all of the bullpens with you, understanding the cues you need to fix any mistake.
62 on the corner for a called strike. Now in the hole 1 and 2 for Morales-Elves.
Talk about a birthday crown over there.
That's a statement piece. Madison Knight, she's been red hot at the plate, and another bomb. Morales-Elves trying to follow suit, and now evened up at 2-2. Already 20 pitches, and quick work for the first out, and Hasso gets on. Taylor Posner got a barrel at least into the outfield, and getting some runs on the scoreboard with the 2-run blast, and strikeout, see you later. So a nice response from Grizzard, but not after Syracuse gets the lead in the bottom of the first. A long blast from Madison Knight. That's one way to celebrate 20.